What's up, y'all? Empresario here, back at you once again in another video. I hope all is well with you today. In this video, let's discuss how you are the villain in somebody's story right now without being a villain for real. There may be someone in the world right now making you out to be something you are not. They are making you out to be the villain in their story. There may have been times in your life when you may have found yourself people pleasing without even realizing it. You wound up people pleasing way too much. And before you knew it, you became someone's yes person. Everything that they may have asked you for or asked you to do, you just did it or you just gave it because you didn't know that their goal was to take, and take some more. There were no limits to the amount that they would have taken. But while it was going on, you really didn't even think about it. You just did whatever they asked you to do, and you did it when they asked you to do it. You said yes to this person so many times that they thought you would never say no. They had gotten so used to this treatment from you. But even though they had gotten so used to it, you wound up eventually getting tired of it. They used you in the wrong way. Let's talk about being used for a second, because most of the time when people talk about being used, it usually has a very negative connotation attached to it. But sometimes being used is not always a bad thing. Being used is actually okay to a certain degree. You definitely don't want to be out in the world with a cold, black heart that's never willing to give anything to anybody else or never willing to help somebody out in certain ways ever. It only becomes a problem when they overdo it, which is the people we are referring to in this video. Because that's what people do. They just overdo it. They milk it and milk it and milk it. That's when you are being used in a negative way, because they are misusing you and trying to take advantage of the situation just because they feel like they can. You may have done many things for people from the heart. It was from the kindness of your heart, but they took it the wrong way. And when you stopped allowing them to misuse you in the ways that they were, that's when you became the villain in their story. All before, they were cool with you. They didn't have a problem with you, and it was because they were getting their way. But the second you stopped allowing them to have their way in the ways that they usually did with you, now you're bad. They start talking about you as if you have never done anything for them at all. They act like they quickly forget all you may have done, and it may have been a lot. You did things you didn't even have to do. You did things you probably didn't even want to do because it was for them. You may have made many sacrifices, all for them. You could have even had times you went without, all for them, but it wasn't appreciated. Now you are the villain in somebody's story without actually being a villain for real. What some of these people don't realize is they don't want you to be no villain. They paint you out to be a villain, but they wouldn't like it if you really turned into one. They go tell people harsh lies about you, stuff that's far from the truth. And it's unfair. It makes you feel like everything you've done thus far for them out of love was all for nothing. You are left feeling unappreciated and kind of scammed. You feel like you've been scammed and bamboozled when all you did was try to be there for them. All you did was try to help them. You may have done those things for them simply because you love them. But as soon as they couldn't have their way, that's when they flipped the script on you so quickly. And this may have shocked you. It shocked you. You never saw this coming. It hurt. It felt like a slap in the face. They traded on you. They switched up because you caught on to what they were doing and what they would have kept on doing. They messed things up and blamed it on you. They took no accountability for trying to get over on you. They don't even feel like they did anything wrong. They are looking at the situation like you are the mean and selfish one when it's really them. They don't want to see you with nothing. And they don't want to see you do better in life because they just want to keep taking everything from you that they can. You wasted so much time, so much money, so much energy helping the wrong people. You may have even been overly generous with some type of service you were doing for them, like maybe taking them back and forth somewhere, and you knew you wasn't going to get no gas money, but you did it anyway, knowing that they wasn't going to give you no gas money, and you wasn't even going to ask them for no gas money because you were just doing that favor for them, just because it was them, and the fact that you know that God will bless you for doing good deeds. You could have just been doing all types of stuff for people who don't even really care about you. It's a hard pill to swallow because of who they are to you and what they mean to you. So they go over there and they tell people you are the villain without you actually being a villain for real. They took you for granted with no remorse. They were the only ones benefiting from the situation. They were benefiting from you, but you weren't benefiting from them. You were there for them every step of the way with certain things, but they were never there for you. Everything you did, everything you have, most of you guys watching this video, you probably had to do that alone. Nobody be helping you. But you don't pout and complain about it. You just do whatever needs to be done. But the problem is there's people who aren't willing to do that for themselves. There's people who don't view you and value you as a person. They view you as a resource that they can use in the wrong way. They just needed to tone it down, what they were doing and how much they were trying to use you. You probably did tell them no about something. And at that time, of course, before they made you out to be the villain, at that time, it probably wasn't even a permanent no forever. Maybe you just didn't have it that time. Or maybe you did have it, but you started noticing a pattern with them. So that's why you told them no, and it made them feel some kind of way. So they have messed around and burnt that bridge with you forever for real. See, now it is a forever no. But that doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't make you a villain. There are plenty of real villains out there for real, but you are not one of them. And if anybody is the villain in this situation, it's them. But they want other people to look at you differently, all because they couldn't keep doing what they were doing. They will continue living their lives and encounter many other people, but they will never find somebody that was more down for them like you were. But see, they discovered this a little too late, especially since you know about them going around making you out to be the villain. Now you are disgusted with them. You don't even want to think about them. Too much damage has been done. It will be so hard for them to find somebody to fill your shoes. They may find themselves another friend. They may find themselves another partner. They may have multiple other family members, but none of them will amount to you, not even close. They go on a hunt, just looking for somebody else they can misuse just like they did you. But I'm going to tell you something. They do remember everything you did for them. Even though they act like they forgot, they didn't forget because that's all that's on their mind as they are trying to replace you. You were the realest, most generous person they had on their side. They will regret how they treated you as they are making you out to be the villain in their story without you being a villain for real. Making you out to be the villain in their story is what got this person a free first-class ticket out of your life. To book an exclusive one-on-one session with me or to donate to me in the channel, all that information will be down below in the description box of this video. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll be back soon. Peace.